Hello, I'm Moris, and I'm back again with more Pharaoh. After the unmitigated success that we had experienced yesterday at building Pharaoh's pyramids in Saqqara, what better place to put our skills to the test than Meidum, the next place with even bigger pyramids, and this time featuring invasions, because of course it'll feature invasions. Thankfully, however, I've managed to remember, before starting the game, to hide my taskbar so I can see the bottom part of the map. And let's jump right into this. Once more onto the breach, my friends. Okay, good. 70% speed. And yes, as I mentioned last time, there's some things that need to be built, specifically you. The stepped pyramid complex. An enormous building. Huge building. I'm tempted to build it here, on second thought. But I think actually starting a city over here might be the brightest idea. Probably fit about... Probably fit around 10 farms here at least. If we're smart about it. Start clearing out this road. Something very important is also that we'll have a bunch of trees. Trees are good. They'll be our lifeblood, monetarily speaking, because we are in Meidum. Look at this little pyramid. We built that. We'll be able to sell wood to Saqqara with a simple land trade route. So that'll make our life a lot easier. Later on we'll be selling papyrus as well. Papyrus to Meken as well if our industry's good enough. Wood to Badet, so that'll be another trade route we want opening. And papyrus to Abu. Man Nefer is apparently not available for trading. It's just round the corner. Why it wouldn't be available is beyond my knowledge. Now, raw materials wise, what have we got? A wood cutter, obviously for the wood. Clay pit, thankfully, finally. Plain stone, which we'll be needing metric crap tons of. And a reed gatherer. Reeds are unfortunately only here. The hippos will murder us. We will be invaded constantly. But hey, what's a little... not constantly, well, occasionally. But hey, what's life without a little bit of danger? Probably build a couple archer forts and then build up a infantry fort once we start importing copper. Presumably from Serabit Kadim. Yeah, they sell copper. Of course they sell copper. Who else would sell copper? Not us. We're still in Egypt. And yeah, metal-wise, Egypt wasn't exactly the most prosperous place. They lacked metals. Iron for them was great. It was a very precious thing. Gold too, but I think it wasn't quite as rare from what I understand. They could only really make use of meteoric iron. So we'll build our city here on rock and roll. Ideally, we'll be making our block. We want our block to be able to access the quarries, the farms, and this wood over here. We could always build a second block for that. We could do something like... we could make a jagged shaped block over here, which I don't really want to do, but it would work. Just right on the edge of the map. Or we could do... no, that would be the smartest choice. Let's crank that speed right down, because I'm going to be doing some thinking now. Ooh, taskbar. It's acting up again. So you probably want to block that goes something like this. Top edge over here. We're wasting a bit of our farmlands doing this. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hopefully this block is the right size. Should be able to get workers over here, no problems. From this bit, and yeah. Let's start building then. To take a phrase from a much more accomplished streamer than me, ready steady cook. Oh shit. That was a mistake. Anyway, yeah, this might have made it slightly shorter, slightly longer, I'm not sure. Takes a while for the stuff to disappear. It depends on your speed, essentially. And we're moving at snail speed, essentially. Watch the people come from here or something. Very annoying. I know they're coming from the conveniently located edge of the map where I want them to come from. And I've already done a bit of an oopsie. Let's build the pavilion over here. No, actually no. Over on the other side where I haven't built the houses yet, that would be the smartest idea. So raise you guys. Sorry about that. The houses you were going for don't exist anymore. That's life. Do it this way, or yeah, let's do it this way. It's fairly indifferent if you do it one way or the other way, but I like I'll keep it this way so I can have a nice 4x4 block of houses. I know I'll be having something along these lines, actually. Going through here. And we sort of get it. I think I'll be building the pyramid over here, that means. And not over here. I'll try to keep most of my city nice and southerly, while the pyramid itself will be more northerly. Although that'll mean that the delivery times for blocks will be pretty long, but we can always have a few getting storage yards over here. That makes sense to me. Supplement our agriculture with stuff over here, have the pyramid down here. In fact, why don't we place down our beloved stepped pyramid complex already? Don't see any reason why not to. Have farms, probably have a block over here. So we can cross over and grab ourselves that delicious reeds. Those delicious reeds, rather. We've already blown most of our money on our pavilion, but I think it's worth it. Important buildings I like to have early position. Other important buildings I like to have early on. Well, these aren't important, these are essential. Our beloved firehouse and our even more beloved architect's post. And we cannot forget our BFF, the police station. Who's our patron god this time around? It was Bast. Lovely, I like Bast. Employees needed, yes, 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 we know. Place down that to Bast. And make sure the gods don't get too pissy at us at this early date. Oh look, a perfectly nice house has appeared in front of me. or housing location. Let's go somewhere else. Let's crank that speed up to 80%. Wow, they're blisteringly fast. And see how I want to see how the routes perform right now. If this block is too long, or if it's just the right length to get everyone what they need. Otherwise, rather sadly, I'll have to crop it off like here. Keeping an eye on these two mostly. They seem to be doing alright. And then now, once they've gone past the corner, they'll just come back this way. It's the shortest route after all. Waterman, how are you doing? Yeah, you're not doing too great. What's religion looking like? Religion seems to take off, probably goes up to here and then comes back. I think the fireman and the architect had longer, could work for longer. You should be doing the entire route. Let's see how far you go. It's already May and we're not doing much, but I need to, yeah, your Waterman is bloody lazy and he does Waterboy. He doesn't even deserve to be called Waterman. I'll probably be having 2 bazaars here. It's not the most efficient thing, but for Firehouse and Architect's posts, it seems to be doing pretty well. Supplemented with a, whatchamacallit, Mr. Magistrate. The courthouse man, we should be mostly fine. What's employment status looking like? You'll be dealing with wood, and so will you. Oop. Wood. What else? Start opening our trade routes. Immediately open one to Sakara because they'll be able to buy up our lovely wood. And this should start securing our, well, money for virtually nothing. And we'll export it when we have over 800. Got 2 storage yards so that eventually we'll have enough wood to fill them both, but in the meantime, 4 woodcutters should be enough. We're being pretty space inefficient here, but we can always use the space for granaries and the like. Speaking of granaries, we've got 66% unemployment. How's that possible? Someone needs to shut the city down. The gods are not too happy with us, but they're not annoyed either. I will take that and run. Right now we won't be able to get irrigation for our farms, but I will try and sort that out momentarily. But first I'll set up the farms themselves, grain farms. Specifically doing something like this. We want probably going to have to colonize this area fairly early on so we can have a water lift going. As for you, 8 farms seem good enough to me for now. So we want a road going... Let's just build the firehouse and the architect's post and sort it out. If and when we ever need more food. We've already got our traders passing through. Lovely. No, I don't want that. I need to be there because the irrigation ditch will be passing right about here. In fact, we will be building a lovely, lovely storage yard, whose special orders will be nothing but straw. And I presumably cannot sell straw because it's, well, terrible stuff. Actually, oh, apparently Sarabit Kadim wants straw. Out of all the things that could possibly want straw, all the people, that damn place wants straw. No, they want grain. There we go. Did not think someone actually wanted straw. That would have been seriously weird. Freaky stuff. Very freaky stuff. Ooh, Mordcarb. Hi. Just got yourself a Kinotto. Oh, if I'm not wrong, and I seldom am. That's also slang for a blowjob, I believe. So, good on you, pal. Good on you. But yes, I'd imagine you meant a drink. I've sort of grown up in a parallel world between Italy and not Italy, given that, well, I went to a British school. Yeah, that I believe it is, funnily enough. I'm not 100% sure, mind you, but I believe it is. Mind you, it might be either... It's pretty old slang, I'm sure. I heard it back when I was a kid, so I might just be misremembering. But I think there might have been a sexual act connected to that. Yeah. Well, either one is fine. I've never actually drunk Kinotto, but I would like to try it at some point. No reason not to. Yes, I did 10 years of British school, because, yeah, do 10 years of British school and you end up like me. 2% fertile land. Okay, no, we need a water lift. Just need to figure out where to put you. Because I don't want to figure out... I'm going to put you down. Thank you, taskbar. Yes, I know you need road access. Okay, I can thread a road through there, and I'll place the all-important firehouses and architects' posts here. Yeah. Italian schools are notoriously bad at teaching English, so my parents decided, you know what? Our one and only son should learn English. So what better way than sending him to a British school? And it worked out in the end. My English is significantly better than most Italians. Hell, my dad always spoke to me in English, so that's also another reason. It explains a lot of things about me, yes. And it led to an interesting schooling experience because most of the people I know were either fairly well off people who, well, foreign, as in non-Italian, whose parents' companies paid for their schools while they were temporarily here, so short-term friends mostly. Or a bunch of fairly uptight Italians who were well, not uptight, they were kids, but the parents were massively rich, and going to a British school was like, oh my god, it's so trendy, it's so cool, everyone wants to send their kids to British school. It's fashionable. Nope, no, I need an irrigation ditch. You know, that led to an interesting schooling experience. This water ditch is all higgledy-piggledy, but I don't really want to cut down my trees. Because otherwise, I don't know, the Green Party will probably murder me. So, Greta won't be happy. And we all know that what Greta wants, Greta gets. There we go. This one man here will be lifting up water momentarily for that entire bit of, well, I know I need to connect you here. Losing out on some trees, but oh well. Yeah. Yeah, you have a similar thing because you have the UNO headquarters, so the International English School is where all the diplomats' kids go, yeah. We had some of those as well. Milan doesn't have... Where are you exactly, or where were you, if you don't mind me asking? Is the UN like a specific part, UNO, a specific part of the United Nations, I'd imagine? Okay, allegedly, how much food are you producing? 1,300 people. The land is 42% fertile, yeah, it's not great land. But it is our land. It's, most importantly, not expensive land, so... So let's do something a bit clever. See if we can get more farms. Squeeze in 1, 2, 3, 4 more farms. Vienna. Ooh, funnily enough, I know someone who was the child of a diplomat who went to Vienna. She's a fairly nice person, actually. No, this isn't gonna work. Actually, let's do that. But yeah, it's the daughter of one of the former Italian ambassador to Austria. I don't know what he's doing now. Probably relocated and shipped off elsewhere. Maybe to... I have no idea. Haven't exactly kept up with her. She's more of a friend of a friend, but... yeah. It amuses me, to some degree. How many people do we need? We are short. Oh. No employment problems, which means we'll probably be having employment problems momentarily. Need a supply of food from the bazaar. Well, the bazaar has no food, so I'm not surprised that you need to supply food for them. Yeah, I'd like to go to Vienna at some point. I went there as a child and never again. Yes, first let me place down the farms, and then we can deal with all our employment issues. Or lack thereof. Ooh, wow. #1 quality of life rating. 7 years running. Then I must come and visit. I mean, eventually I'd like to, as much as I love my city, I'd like to live somewhere that's not Milan at some point. And I never really considered Austria, for no particular reason. I don't have any particular antipathy towards the Austrians, so... Despite many years of Austrian domination in Italy, I don't really mind. It's like, whatever. Water under the bridge, as they say. Well, we could build our dance school right next to our logging camp, so our logger guys have something to ogle at. Look at all this wood they're getting. Ooh, Shanghai. What's that like? I know also Kaladin went to China for some unspecified amount of time. Actually, our speed's a bit low. We can crank that up again. Check out if the gods are pissy. No, yes, they're pissy. They're resentful. Specifically, which ones? Ptah and Osiris. Right, Osiris. Osiris, my boy. You get 2 shrines. And Ptah, my other homeboy. You get another 2. Ah, he's a northerner while Shanghai's in the south. Gotcha. Not the deep south, that's Canton. Yeah. Canton is, yeah, I know it's distinct from the north, because different language, I believe, but it's like the 2nd largest language group, no, the sub-language of Chinese, let's call it that. Dialect. I'm no expert in China. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourself there. We'll be needing a lot of stone, so let's start dealing with you, shall we? Building another roadblocks. 2 other roadblocks, in fact. Not to be confused with Roblox. Employees needed, yes, yes, yes. We always need employees. And the best way to get employees is to improve our houses by having the bazaars actually distribute the food. Now that our farming has gotten slightly better, a quote I like to describe it well, even though it's from the 30s and it's still valid. Shanghai is the most intensely living place in the world. Huh. That's I like that sound. Sound there. Expert on China BA in Sinology. So that's what they call it. Come on, bazaar woman, tell me that you got more food, so we can have more people. Let's see if our firehouse and architect's post can get enough people to work there. Nope. Despawned. So we need to inch them closer. And all of this is a waste. Kinda need to be a bit higgledy-piggledy. It's not the most efficient quarry placement, but it's what we're going to be getting. Nope, nope, nope. In fact, you empty out the straw. I don't want straw. That's why I hate producing grain. Because you end up with a bunch of straw that you don't want. Basic differences. North is cold, dry, flat, and the people eat noodles. South is hot, humid, hilly, and the people eat rice. Well, I like noodles and rice. What does that leave me? Yeah, it's definitely a place I would like to visit. China's intriguing. Oh yeah, the architect's got poor access to workers, so I'll build a 2nd architect over here just in case, because I don't want everything collapsing like it did in some other stream. And I mean specifically one of my other streams. I don't know if anyone else has had these apocalyptic mining disasters. China definitely fascinates me, and it's not just because of the food. Although the food is a big part of why I'm interested in it. Best way into a man's heart is to his stomach. Well, cold, flat, and dry isn't quite true for the north of Italy. It is cold, Well, there's a big plain here, so I suppose the flattest part, the Paydan Plain or the Pedanian Plain, is the flattest damn part of the country. But it's not especially flat, because there are some large amount of mountains, but it's more flat than the south. And it's humid, very humid. Oppressively humid. Except if you're way up in the mountains, but... And then the south is, yes, a lot more mild, bordering on hot, but less oppressively so than the north, because lack of humidity, more access to the sea, etc. 70 kilos when you went there, 95 when you came back. I can't blame you. I would be eating obscene amounts as well. Hey, it's like a... wouldn't say necessarily a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but... while you're there, you should make hay while the sun shines, as they say. Let's build some more things to Bast. Shrine to Bast. With an extra elongated A. Bast. Personal mansion, no, we want village palace. So we can start taxing our citizens without representation. And now we need employees again. Not to worry, we could consult that out momentarily. Actually, I think this is one too many lumberjacks. Probably too many. The reason is I can also build some clay pits here. Oh no, I can't. Too far away from the water, damn it. I suppose I could start building my clay pits over here and have something resembling an industry. God, my taskbar keeps popping up and it's painful. Undo. Nope. Hunt the pixel with Moris. Nope. Still pixel hunting. Look. Let's see if I can... Can I even resize this window after all the pain I went through to make it this size? Can I resize it again? God only knows. Milan has a very large Chinese community. We treated it as a case study in uni. Oh, surely there must be authentic restaurants. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the Chinese community here is... I'm more surprised by the fact they used it as a case study than the fact that it, well, exists. Because I go there quite often to the Chinese area. It's called... officially, it's, well... It's... The polite way to call it is Via Paolo Sarpi, or the Paolo Sarpi area. Because that's the name of the street it's built around. But some people call it Chinatown. Sort of, I wouldn't call it offensive, but it's the less politically correct way to call it, I suppose. But yeah, I'm surprised you used it as a case study. That's 1,000 wood. Yes, Pharaoh. I have exactly 1,000 wood. Look at all this wood I'm giving you. Yeah, there's a good restaurant around, well, you wouldn't know the area, I suppose, but... fairly near Piazzale Loreto. That's the metro stop. And there they produce, I'm thinking Pharaoh. No, they make a lot of... They have a lovely Chinese restaurant that's... I think it's mostly Sichuan cuisine. Or something that's similar to Sichuan cuisine. Yeah, higgledy-piggledy little irrigation ditch isn't helping us much here. I'll have to cut down some more trees. Greater, forgive me. Kingdom standing climbs. Build another pottery Cafe. Pottery barn. Oh god, hunt the pixel, there it goes again. Yeah, the restaurant's called Batong. I like it a lot. I don't know if it means anything, but everyone laughs when they hear the name. Including this Chinese girl I went out with for a while. I told her, oh yeah, you're going to Batong, and she just laughed at me. But why, is it really that bad? I said, no, just the name's funny. And great, I managed to accidentally close chat on my phone. So let's open it up on my computer. Case study for migration patterns, yes. They usually start with a single person or group once knowledge spreads to word of mouth, it attracts more people from the same local area. That's interesting. I know immigration has been a big thing in my family, let's put it that way. We've never stayed in one place for long. So it's interesting to hear about that sort of thing. Yeah, I'd imagine it happened with the Italians in Argentina in a similar way. No employees live nearby, or do we need... No. Jesus Christ, it's... This guy's got workers. This guy's got... Okay, this guy doesn't. Excuse me. Excellent inundation. We're not exploiting the inundations yet. Let's build a storage yard over here. The people won't be too happy, but we'll try and make them happy in some other way. Build you accept pottery, and you also accept pottery for now. % of Chinese people in Vienna come from a small rural city in rural Zhejiang province. They keep their dialect and treat Chinese people from other provinces in a way more distrust and suspicion than Austrians. Wow, I did not expect that. That I did not expect. I wonder if stuff like that happened in other immigrant communities around the world. I'd expect it did. Let's see, tax income. Okay, everyone's being taxed, which is good. Everyone deserves to suffer the misery of taxation. These guys don't have food. But the bazaar doesn't have food. So what am I to get from this? Should I build another bazaar? I will build another bazaar. And hopefully everyone can be supplied sufficiently. Now, I want to find out who will buy our bricks. We don't produce bricks, but we will need it eventually. Oh, we can already sell them. Set to export when over 0. Good. So, I'll want to bake some brickworks. I'll need to find a little corner to squeeze them into. Thankfully, I've found one here. Brickworks. But of course we'll be needing a little screen of shrines to stop our people getting pissy that they're next to smelly brickworks. I mean, would you like to live next to brickworks? Keep in mind they're probably mixing shit into them. Just saying. So yeah, you instead of you dealing with that, you deal with all our bricks. Actually no. Since you're slightly closer, you deal with the pottery. And you empty out your pottery and deal with the bricks. That should be slightly more efficient. Although I could build something over here. Come to think of it. That would probably be very smart. In fact, we might do just that, since we have all this extra space that we're not actually using for anything. Could build our brickworks over here. That would be the smartest thing to do, in fact. Aesthetics is greater than smart, yeah, but cramping things into this corner isn't very aesthetic either. Also, apparently you can build clay pits right at the edge of the map. I don't know why. I just like that idea. These exploity clay pits. No, I need architect's post. In fact, I'll lower the DPI on my mouse just slightly, because... Oh, no, this feels wrong. This feels very wrong. So let's build the storage yards over here. We don't really care much about how close or far they are to the edge of the city. Actually, no. You go. We'll make you for accepting bricks. Make you for accepting. You for bricks. You for straw. And make another one for clay. And begin our incredibly intense brick production. Can't have more bricks than this, I feel. Like physically we will have stupid amounts of bricks. Now that our housing is getting semi-decent, we want, well, for one thing, another form of entertainment, so given that we have all this excess space, I suppose we could have built the dance school here. That would have been a lot smarter. Once again, burp it up. So burn you down. Burn you down. You are for our clay, so deal with clay. Make another Harry over here. And that should be just about enough clay flowing in. Excuse me, hair in my mouth. Food, how's our food looking? 2,000 people, 2,700 to be precise. We need another granary. We also need more farms, but more granaries is always good. Specifically, granaries over here. Now that we've got 2 more granaries, we should have more food. It's not in the best place, but given that we'll be expanding our city in this direction, it's not too bad either. Yeah, I can't build more farms. We'll build a work camp for now. I don't know if I'll tear these down eventually, but I want someone to start working on the pyramid. And since the very base of it can be worked on without too many problems, I'll start doing that. Another thing I want to do is build a recruiter, because I know that we'll be needing more people. Or soldiers, actually. Militiamen. Which aren't actually militiamen, they're soldiers. Like, full-on soldiers. No need to degrade them by calling them militiamen when they're actual full-on soldiers. We can't build an academy though. The recruiter will be here temporarily. That is to say forever. But it's as good a place as any. It just has to be far away from our people and close to our forts, ideally. So make a couple archer forts, and then start importing weapons. And then at which point we might move our recruiter to somewhere a bit smarter. Might. Yeah, I want a couple archer fort over there. Archer fort over here. And a final archer fort over here. Got a sufficient amount of wood for now, but we'll be needing more. Actually, no, these two forts have got to go. I'll be building a housing block over there. Forgot. And that was just like 4,000 bits of money that I could have spared. But oh well. Let's build them. I'll put one over here. I'll build the second one over here. Pharaoh wants 800 reeds. The Pharaoh's not going to get 800 reeds. Unless, of course, I import them from somewhere, because I'm way behind on my reed importation. Vedette sells reeds. Angry hippos. Yeah, what a game. What a game. Angry hippos. Naken will... No, sorry. Vedette will sell them to us. For 700 devans. To be precise. Jesus Christ. Time to import 800 reeds. Yes, I know there's no working dock. I'm working on that. Here. Let's get the speed back down again, because we're making another housing block. Yay, kids. You know what we're gonna do today? Housing block. Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It won't be a big housing block. Quite the opposite. Suppose we can make it a little bit. No, we can't make it bigger. Right, we're keeping it this big. Slightly longer. Teeny tiny housing block. Don't really want to make it much bigger because we want to build a few things over here. Want to build a dock. We also want to build a water crossing. Block up the plebs. Yeah. It's not quite as satisfying as it is in Caesar, I'd imagine, since you can build insulae, and now you really are blocking them up. No, we need water crossings. And we've only discovered the ferry landing so far. I'll put you here and the dock over here. Oh no, I'll put you here. Or something like that. You shouldn't catch fire, but you'll be using the same little pool as the docks, so you'll be getting a firehouse, like it or not. Too few jobs for the existing population. Well, that's not a problem. You see, we're making jobs. And what better way to have jobs than building a damn pavilion which requires 30 people to maintain? Yeah, I understand that. Roman style is quite something. But at the same time, Pharaoh is a massive nostalgia bomb for me. I think it's the first game I bought. Ever. I guess you'll get a clown college. Build a lovely firehouse, an architect's post, and police station. And whilst the block before we had trouble because it was a little bit too large, this one is small, but that's okay. Build another temple to bust. go. We will be needing a tax collector because you deserve to suffer too. A little road connection here. Construction of a dock. Give you road access as well. Put a storage yard over here. Should be slightly long. No, that's... Oh nice, it gets all aesthetic on us. You just accept the reads for now, and you don't accept anything. At all. Yeah, it's a tough one. Railroad Tycoon 2. I believe Jake played some of that as well, right? I'd be interested in... Whilst I wasn't quite as obsessed with railways as I was with Ancient Egypt, I'm sure I would have enjoyed that game as well. Did try some Railway Empire actually, but wasn't quite my thing. What little I did enjoy, but wasn't quite my kettle of fish. Come on, people move in. We've only got a 13% unemployment rate. It's not that bad, I promise. No, I specifically remember Pharaoh because I remember going to my parents as a kid and being like, hey, can you get me this game? It's got the Pharaoh on it, so it must be cool. And they're like, okay. I was in London at the time, and I was like 6 years old. I was in year 1, specifically. We had a little program back there called Barnaby Bear. And we were supposed to, well... Okay, you are not functioning. Our recruiter is... Yeah, you've already got pro access to workers over there. Trains aren't for anyone, only the most autistic of men. Perhaps. Your father's a railway man, yeah. That would also go a ways to explaining love for railways. Because, I mean, I love my model trains as much as the next guy, just never got into the video games, you know? Okay, let's build a recruiter over here. It's on the complete other side of the city from our forts, but we'll make do. No, but yeah, back in year 1, we had this lovely little program called Barnaby Bear. And Barnaby was this bear that you carried around with you on holiday, essentially. You'd go around with Barnaby and... No, over the weekend, sorry. You'd have Barnaby for a weekend, and then... You just write what you did with Barnaby over the weekend. It was just an excuse to get us to write and stuff. And to do something fun. He was this little stuffed bear about... I wouldn't know. 15 centimeters high. White, with a blue hat. And that was great fun. And since the teacher liked me and I got lucky, I got to keep him over the weekend when I went to London, because it was half term. And it wasn't a weekend, it was a whole week, so I just had loads of pictures, loads of stuff about all I did in London, going to the British Museum. God, I love that place. Yeah, it was very nice. I can finally send this stuff to... And stop importing the damn reeds. We don't need them. We're going to be crossing over momentarily. It's not that hard. Okay. Actually, let's be even smarter about this and reduce the amount of roads needed. No, that's too smart. So 2 tiles for gathering. There we go. 1. Good enough. 1, 2, 3. And 3 here. Hey Baron, nice to see you. Going to the British Museum to see all the stuff the Brits stole from Roman ruins. And not only Roman ruins. Let's see you pop in. I mean, there was also some stuff that actually got legitimately given to them. I was surprised to read about that. Given how much everyone has memed on, oh, the British stole, insert everything. Insert something from insert culture, but apparently there was stuff that was legitimately given to them. I scarcely believe it too. Ooh, I know what we can do here. Storage yard. Accept none. Accept half copper, half weapons. Oh, absolutely, Baron. They're just there like, oh look, this stuff got given to us. Did you see? We didn't plunder it. It was given to us. The Ottoman Sultan said we could take this. This guy in Greece said, ooh. Thank you, Philippe the Flop, for following me. That's very kind of you. Hey, pizza. Egyptian Caesar looks like it's going pretty decently, yes. Wouldn't say well. Still haven't quite gotten my sea legs under me, but yeah. Oh, and of course, all the British pieces, because it is called the British Museum, so you'd hope that at least something there is actually British. And turns out it is. This shouldn't be here. Built some firehouses. I was tardy. But despite that, we got our kingdom standing, essentially how much Caesar likes us, in Caesar terms, has gone up. The city's not awash in flames. That's always a positive point, yeah. I haven't resorted to the infamous Baronomics either. But I do often accidentally get into debt in this game, because I'm not paying attention to how much money I have. Something might burn down, I'm just like, yeah, let's rebuild it. And then I'm like, oh god, I'm broke. Okay, the people are coming over now, thank goodness. I was getting a bit worried there. Actually, let's extend you out here. And maximize our usage of this space. Apparently we'll be needing some transport forts. First edible food in Britain before try the Romans. Well, yeah, the British cooking is a bit of a meme. Yeah, sorry Baron, I'm letting you down, but what can I say? Not everyone can be as economically gifted as you are. Can't all aspire to be president of the IMF? Or is it chairman, or whatever it is. Okay, now you have to go. Sorry, but I need you for building a shipwright. We need the transport ships, because if they invade us on this side, which is what I remember, one archer fort isn't going to cut it. In fact, I'll probably want an infantry fort. Probably around, I don't know, here. Yeah, there are lots of genuinely nice British things in the British Museum. Despite it being hard to believe, I know. Malaria. Great, forgot to build an apothecary. And we are now paying the consequences. Paying, not praying. Yeah, I think it's more likely to curfew near water. So, while we're at it, let's give everyone a bumper dose of anti-malarial medicine. Quinine, or whatever they passed for quinine back in the day. Let's ask for Serabit Kadim to sell us some of the lovely, lovely copper. Let's copper a few on that. Let's import 800 actually. So our storage yard can be slightly amended. Its orders, 3/4 weapons, 1/4 copper. Employees needed, yes, I thought as much. Good thing we're ready for it. And more importantly than being ready, we need to actually get... It's going to make our pyramid ugly, but... it's going to make our pyramid ugly. We can't be having that. Want at least a couple spaces between our pyramid and our peasants. Even if it means inefficiency. Even if. Now to connect you two up. Put a roadblock over here. And the people over here should finally be able to have access to all the supplies and services that, well, the main part of our city provides. Also, let's give everyone a dentist, because their teeth reek. And I do mean reek. Okay, Bast is displeased. What have I done to displease you? Probably ignore you completely, woman, but... yeah, we don't quite have that money. No temple to Bast over here. Step 1 in our Bast reconciliation plan. Step 2, build a bunch of shrines to you. Shrines are bloody expensive. But they're necessary to keep the gods in line. I think that's one of the things that I appreciate there being, because in Caesar, wasn't it that there were, you can either build 2x2s or 3x3s? And there was also the Oracle, which made everyone happy though. So that was a plus. Oh, here you can use 1x1 shrines. And as long as they have access to a form of religion, yeah, the Libyan army dreams of reaching my city in 1 year, oh god. Good thing we already have 2 companies of archers. And 1 that's filling up nicely. Just in case. Let's make a little save, a cheeky little save, so we don't have to crawl back to the beginning of the mission. We've got quite a lot of stuff done. Not enough, of course, never enough. Yeah, either small 2x2 temple oracles or big 3x3 temples. Well, as you might have noticed, here we have the stonking huge, like 8x16 temple. I have no idea how big this is, and it's just enormous. Okay, in Augustus there's more variety, good to know. Don't think we need warships in this scenario. We just need transports, but we don't really have where to place them. So what we have are these 2 transports, and I'm hoping, well, if they invade here, it's not too bad. It's just more annoying than it's if they had invaded here. Should be able to have 4 archer companies ready by the end of this. Oh god, and I forgot to build a weaponsmith. Dope. Nope, that is not okay. 2 weaponsmiths should be more than fine. It is a very, very large temple. I just need to figure out where I want to put it. Where I can put it, because I was thinking here, but it's 1 tile. Our block is 1 tile too big, I think, or 2 tiles too big. Temple complex too vast. It's 2 tiles too big. It would require demolishing my pyramid, which is 0% complete. I suppose we can move it. Sure, might as well. Let's shift you over to here. Temple complex is ludicrously expensive, but it's also gives your city lots of bonuses. Be prepared. In 6 months, we'll be needing this. Let's put it here. The pyramid is unsurprisingly still 0% complete. Let's blow all our money to making the temple as beautiful as possible. The altar of unfortunately named goddess, Isis. 700 pottery of Pharaoh. I mean, what do you expect from me? 700 pottery. I'm modest in a day, probably. Since this area of land is actually turning out to be not complete shite, let's move myself to live here. Somewhere. Okay, apparently I've only got one transport. Let's try and fix that up. Let's put a transport over here. Cut you down to size. And be smart about this. There we go. Out of money. Yeah, I didn't even notice. When you're out of money though in this game, instead of Caesar being very upset, we can showcase the Baronomics. You get a little free bonus money. It's incredible, I know. Get a little bonus of extra money. And then the game's like, don't get out of money again or you'll be a naughty boy. This, I think it's even on very hard to get this bailout. It's a smaller bailout, obviously, but yeah, it's very forgiving. If you go into debt after that, well, your kingdom standing falls if you remain in debt, and you start getting accruing interest on your loans, I suppose. That'd be one way of defining it. The Libyan army will be here in 1 month. Well, we got a stonking great army of our own, so archers start moving out in case you need to transport you somewhere. And you 3 dudes, no, there's 5 of you apparently, probably in transit. Be ready to give a fight until your last dying breath. But just in case that doesn't work, I use the Jakey strat. Yep, they're over here. Of sending policemen. Yep, they're all over here. This is not going to end well, is it? Oh god, the shipboarding mechanics are the worst thing in this game. Oh god. Embark you. Yes. And I've got to take a fairly long roundabout route to be able to get them there safely, but in the meantime, you. Disembark. Oh god. This is horrific, might I add. You get over here. You get over right here. Disembark and re-embark the guys. This is horrific. You have no idea how much I hate combat in this game. Well, you probably do. I'm making it eminently clear. Alright, you go back and pick up whoever is needed. Policemen aren't helping out much. The reason why I had to go all the way there to embark them is because of the floodplains. If your boat gets stuck on the floodplains when the flood goes out, it's bye-bye boat. Anyway, they seem to have been repulsed. In the manner just like the boat. Repulsed. Or the ship, actually. You go back to wharf. Not that one, the other one. Embark you. Oh god. Why is this so bad? Yeah, people wonder why I don't like the combat missions in this game. This is why. This is exactly why. Let's build an infantry fort here too. No, undo. Just go back home, man. Spending more time on... Okay, maybe I can embark you like this. Can embark you. Jesus Christ, those damn hippos are. Embark, come on, it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. Will you embark now? So at least rebuild our city while they're refusing to do anything useful. Categorically refusing. This freaking game. Get on. Come on, get. You're right next to the water, what more could you want? Where can I even embark? Let's try getting you here, maybe. Nope, they can't get there, obviously. That would make too much sense. Why? It's all because of the hippos that refuse to die. Can I try embarking you from here, maybe? Because these immortal hippos won't die, so these guys keep getting defocused. I think that's what's happening. They're like, oh yeah, let's... Can't just try to get on the ship, can I? Okay, finally, one group of guys has managed to get off. The other one got deleted because, well, simply put, they decided that stopping existing was preferable to swimming across a narrow body of water or getting on a ship. So they're like, yeah, no, that's... Existence is pain. We will all stop living. And go home. So now that they're built, I'll just have my guys over here. The hyenas, the falcons, and the scorpions with, well, these guys in strategic reserve. Hopefully, and it's a very big hopefully, this will work out a little bit better. Bazaar is currently looking for goods to buy. Well, no reason not to build a granary around these parts, actually. Oh, I need you to go like this, and then like this. Oh god, I hate rotating the map because I feel so disoriented, but desperate times call for desperate measures. This feels so trippy to me, you have no idea. Let's go live next to the docks. I'm sure someone will appreciate living next to us. We got the worst place to live in the city, next to docks, next to military ships. I suppose if we were like Azur Lane fans, ancient Egyptian Azur Lane fans, we'd be absolutely thrilled at the prospect. I know I would. I'm a modern day Azur Lane fan. So yeah, in case anyone was wondering why the hell Azur Lane is on the punishment game list, yeah, I put it there. I find it funny. To me, it's funny. Probably not for anyone else, but for me it's funny. Let's turn back round. Plural of houses. House. Of mouse is mice. Why is the plural of house not heis? There you go. Where the hell are you? Police station. Let's be smart about this. Since we can afford it. Actually, no, let's not put you there. Let's put you over here. Or over here. Or literally anyone else that is in the middle. Let's build a few police stations to act as meat shields, just in case of another Libyan invasion. The Libyans, which I might add, are coming from Kyrene. Plop, 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 plop. And coming back round to Meidum from this direction. Whoop. Not like this. Like this. Brilliant strategy. Like crossing the river twice to be able to get to me. Caesar, yeah, small bailout. Okay, didn't expect that. And bad combat in impression games. Never. Yeah, it's never heard of bad combat in an impressions game. Which I suppose is fair, considering that the hard missions have got the combat missions have got much smaller requirements than the. Apparently no employees live nearby this stonking great temple. I have my doubts. Let's switch the view to you. And build enough roadblocks to make, well, most people blush. But I need you to stop spawning your worker dude out the back. I need you to spawn him out on the side here. Else you'll never get people to work for you. Come on. Oh, he's spawning it. You're worth like 4,000 debens, you know. I don't really want to have to rebuild you and shift you down one tile just because you spawn the guy who's looking for work out your ass. Not that it really matters too much. What matters is just having this for flexing, but I think if it works, it gives you the bonuses. Okay, now it's finally employed, good. Another thing I want to build all the way back here is obviously because like we got the best possible building in the game in terms of desirability, I think. Next to like your personal mansion and stuff like that. What should we do? Oh, I know. Build an ugly ass work camp right behind it. I'm sure there's some sort of social commentary to be made there, but it goes over my head. Goes over my head. I want to leave a little space for scribal school over here. In fact, let's build it now. Won't do us much good, of course, but especially since, well, we still need to import damn barley for making beer. Yeah, I think I'll be needing to open a trade route to you, Nekan. Is barley even importable? Apparently, not only is barley not importable, we have no idea what barley is. What's it coming from? Is it coming from water or by land? Probably by water. Yeah, by water. We don't know what barley is. We know what beer is. We know it plenty well, but You will have one very important job. Getting up to half a yard of... Oh, I suppose half a yard, because I'll be having you getting half a yard of... No, not linen yet. Papyrus. And we will import until we have 3,200 beer in our city. We don't need it, but I like having more stuff. More stuff is good stuff. We need another trade route though, because these guys will only export us 2,500 beer per year, and that's probably not going to be sufficient, by my estimates. Estimates based on absolutely nothing, mind you, but I'm still estimating that. Open our trade route to you. Special orders, you will accept all beer. More shrines, so everyone will be happy. Specifically the gods, actually. We care more about them than we do our own people. And that's fine. Our people are peasants, the gods are not. But the gods are bastards, so... how much do we really care for them? That's a good question. Speaking of good questions, how much food are you producing for 4,000 people? That's good. I like that. But we could do better. I really want to build a farm here because farms are apparently, well, they're not great places to live next to. Also, I've heard. Try to be clever about this. Fail miserably, but it actually works quite fine. Works out better than I was hoping. Build another road here, just in case. Our forts were almost full. We managed to repulse them with 2 archer companies, so an infantry and an archer company will be more than enough this time around. More than enough. Imperial theocracy, always fun. Yeah. Big fan of those. Speaking of fun, let's build another work camp over here. Actually, how many workers do we need? 61 unemployed, good. Perfect building a work camp. Yes, it's a work camp. So don't get your knickers in a twist. We would never be committing atrocities on a massive scale now, would we? Never, never, not forever. Plainstone cannot be exported, but it's fine. We need stupid amounts of plainstone. In fact, we don't even have enough quarries. We can export you when we have more than... I want to have a good amount of papyrus, just in general. Speaking of, let's work on our industry. It's the entire reason I built all this in the first place. You will be accepting all reeds, and you'll be accepting all papyrus. Oh god, the storage yard. Whatever you got in it, I don't want. Actually, it's got nowhere to empty it to. You'll be accepting all beer, good. You will be accepting. You'll be getting as much papyrus as you physically can. No, you can. Trouble is, our papyrus and our dock facilities are on the opposite sides of the Nile. It's not a war crime if you do it to your own people. Of course not. It's just a crime. Well, it's not even a crime because you can't. Yeah, now I'm dead. Because I'm buying stupid amounts of beer, and beer's expensive. That's okay. You'll soon make it up by making even more stupid amounts of papyrus. Actually, undo. Put you here. Put a bazaar, because these people, I wouldn't say they deserve food, but they're gonna get some anyway. Whether they like it or not. Oh no, our people are dying because they're being eaten by hippos. If only I cared. If only I gave a shit. Put you here. I want you to be getting pottery. Get up to half a yard of pottery. And you needed something else. Except stone. Sure. It's not like the stone guys have anything else to do. They're so backed up on quarries back here, so... Oh yeah, we need to build a courthouse. How foolish of me. How could I have possibly forgotten the most important building of them all? The courthouse. Let's see if I can get away with only burning down your houses. 400 pottery, 5 months to comply. Easy money. No burial provisions even. Okay, there we go. Got a lovely, lovely courthouse available for us, and look at that, our houses are already evolving. Give it a moment or two, and they'll evolve some more. What have I done to this game? Yep. Okay, good. The suspicious red square there that was not cooperating. So yeah, the biggest part of this mission will simply be build up this damn pyramid. We were out of debt, and now we're back in debt. Funny how these things work. Yeah, this isn't a perfect little grid-shaped city, but it gets the job done. So, depending on whether a god is a local god or is a patron deity or just a minor deity, a local deity or patron, they require different amounts of stuff to satisfy them. So I believe it was a temple gives you 750 if you're local, 375 if you're patron. No, that was shrines, maybe twice as much for temples, and temple complex is a flat 8,000. So for each temple complex, for instance, 8,000 people worth of religion are accepted in the city, so the god feels worshipped enough. Another useful thing to do is to have festivals. Whilst they aren't inherently useful, they just, I think they increase the city sentiment somewhat, which is the mood of the city. They do make the gods happier. And one of the things that they can do is boost the construction of a pyramid, because we have this lovely option called Pyramid Speed Up On. And that means that the gods, like, you know, instead of giving you a regular blessing, like, I don't know, making the inundation better. Or these guys aren't being taxed, how dare they? Making the inundation better, or what say you? Increasing the stocks in your storage yards, in one storage yard specifically. Or increasing your kingdom rating, or whatever bonus that gives you. People will trade more, kind of like the Neptune one. Etc, etc, etc. You will instead have to... You get pyramid progress. And pyramid are the things that... are the bottleneck of this game. Speaking of bottlenecks of this game, 1. How's our employment doing? No problems, so 73 people unemployed, perfect. We want to build a carpenter's guild. Not to be confused with a carpenter brute. Mistake. Hope we don't all burn down to the ground. You got poor access to workers. I need you. Carpenter guild. To get your rearing gear. To get your groove on, soldier. These boys work hard, and they play harder. Let's welcome you. And build Stonemason's guild wherever we can. Stonemason's guild are... Actually, let's build the Carpenter's Guild. Well, first, let's stretch you out. We're back into debt, but that's okay. We've survived debt before. Thanks to our expert knowledge of baronomics. Well, I wouldn't say expert. But the expert himself is here today, I believe, so... we are well advised if necessary. No, what we do need are either Carpenter Brutes, aka Carpenter's Guild, or the Stonemason's Guild. Well, actually, it's not an or, it's more of a case of and. Put a roadblock there, just in case. Oh god, my money is crumbling. I just want to use out. If you get more than 4,000 debens of debt, you can't spend it. Thankfully, we can always gift to the city with our own money to recuperate the situation somewhat. Congratulations, you get to do backbreaking labor in the field and get the privilege of being taxed for it. But look at the nice house you live in. Look, they're all white and shiny, and look how pretty they are. Yeah, we are running out of money fast, but... let's build a medium statue so these people aren't so... sad about their pathetic little lives. Oh, obviously Pharaoh now wants papyrus. Thank you, Pharaoh. I mean, we have it, I just don't want to give it to you. But you get very pissy if I don't give it to you, so... there you go. Have your freaking papyrus. I see the problem here. There we go. Now that our granary is finally connected to the network, we might be able to get something done. Most of our deficit is Quite simply due to the sheer amount of money that we're spending on construction. Speaking of construction and spending money, let's see, no, we can't get money back by exporting weapons. That's unfortunate. We can export our grain. In fact, that's almost a clever idea. Since we're producing enough food for how many people? 5,000 people. Yes, we are fine. Let's export this damn grain. Let's get it out of this. Get it out of our damn hands. Where would it be going to, though? Would it be going to that? No. Nekhen, no. Saqqara, no. Serabit Kadim, okay, it's a land trade route, so we don't have to be too fussy about where we place our storage yard that'll be handling our grain. So yeah, we won't never have enough wood for that, so we can convert into a grain storage yard. And our buddies from Serabit Kadim will at least buy off some of that stock. Grain and food in general don't sell very well. I think game meat sells decently though. Meat. Either game or fancy meat. Beef. That's the word. Yeah, Pharaoh, take all my shit. You know you want it. Who else is willing to buy our wood? Saqqara. Serabit Kadim. No. Abu, no. Badet. Okay, good to know. Chow Chow Apothecary. Chow Chow. I don't want to do, I guess, this. Actually. Thank you for your service, police stations. Oh god. Abu wants grain. Why does Abu hate me so much? There you go. Have your freaking grain. I hope you choke on it. Why are you building a pavilion, Moss? Aren't you broke? Yes, I'm very much broke. I also very much don't care. I want this pavilion down and I want it yesterday. Debt anniversary. That means we've been in debt 1 year, if it weren't clear. That means that our kingdom standing falls, and yeah, that's when you start getting into debt traps and spirals and not that it's hard getting out of that, just... Send. Yeah, let's use our savings. There you go. We're not in debt anymore. No debt anniversary needed to... I suppose since we got so many reeds, we can also sell those. But it would slow down our... It would very much slow down our whole trading process, I feel. The Libyans are coming, but not to worry, we have an army here. We have the Libyans, and we have an army. Like an actual army, not just some guys with RPGs. 1,000 pottery, Jesus Christ, what, just getting me alive, people. Overlays, taxes. I suppose we could go for another tax collector, but he seems to be doing a decent job. Then again, we do need... That won't work. You need road access. Silly me. We don't technically even need dentists, I think. Not yet. I'll put you there. Our quarries are working overtime in order to ensure that these people have a miserable life. You see just how loud it is. Since money is a bit of an issue, but not so much anymore, let's build some nice giant hippo statues to make the people who live here feel better about their lives. Either that or incredibly creeped out. One of the two. It's always one of the two. Don't think I built my clown college yet, so let's build it over here. Next to my house. It's the perfect place. Moris, where's the clown college? Oh, I live right next to it, of course. Where else would it be? I obviously live next to the clown college. It's where I deserve to live. 6 months for the Libyans to arrive. What joy. Told you, here you accept nothing but wood. And you over here. You will be getting wood. Getting wood and not much else we sell actually, so 666. Scary stuff. You'll be getting wood here because we'll be building some woodcutters. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? No idea, but these woodcutters will be cutting it down, so woodchuck, if you want to start chucking it, best get your rearing gear. Let's build a dance schools for all our ancient Egyptian dance-off needs as well. A second one, rather. Just so the people here can feel a bit less miserable about their lives since they don't have food. Yeah, that's kind of an issue. Just kind of. You know how it is. It's an issue I aim to fix though. Plainstone, the price of blocks of plainstone has risen. Well, we don't export plainstone and we don't import it either. Also, now that I think of it, the wages fell like at the beginning of the map and I forgot to lower them appropriately. Whoops. Build a nice little work camp and let's build ourselves an even nicer granary. And now we suddenly need employees again, but if the people here start, eating, maybe they'll feel a bit less shit about themselves and have more people move in. Uh-oh. Foreign army has invaded. Where's the foreign army? Great, they destroyed my pavilion. That was 500 Debens worth of crap. Maybe I shouldn't have built it in that specific corner, but are you guys gonna fight or are you just gonna stand around and get killed? Asking for a friend. Thanks, Mordcarb. Thanks for popping in. And yeah, I will enjoy this massive pile of stone and the rubble that I've been left with. Oh yes. Sleep is not on the card yet. But I think we might build a stable enough city to be able to do this. Crank up the speed to maximum. Hold the festival to Bast. And hope she gives us blessings, because she holds festivals for the gods. So it just sort of starts looping around, and then you have infinite festivals. Well, not infinite, but you have more festivals than you otherwise would. Actually, let's do something clever. You get stone. You also get stone. Since we have all these camps over here, it should be beneficial. Construction blessing. We already got a little construction blessing. So yeah, things are speeding up nicely. And not just because we crank things up to speed, up to hyper speed. Workers rejoice at raise. Stop getting raises. We don't care about your raises. Poor access to workers is still access to workers. Get on sending masons. Keep building, 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 building. Actually, it's... Jesus Christ, Pharaoh, what do you want? Why'd you hate me so much, Pharaoh? Nihilometer predict... Oh god. Nihilometer prediction, it's going... It's fairly irrelevant. Let's build good luck over here. People keep requesting goods. Hey, Hero. Nice to see you around. Hope your day's going well. Can't really be too clever with these quarries, can we? Suppose we could build another housing block. Teeny tiny one though. Let's build it over here. Teeny tiny one which will have all the amenities that anyone could dream of whilst living in a pyramid construction site on the edge of the desert that's constantly being invaded by Libyans coming from the wrong side, because of course the Libyans are onto us. Gaddafi who? Got metric crap tons of wood. Let's put you here. Sure. I actually want to build houses over here. Flood likely to fail. Floods play a minimal role in our economy, so we don't really care. Yes, yes, yes. Employees needed. What I'm more interested in is securing a supply of food. Increased trading, more wood, good. More wood's always good. Oh yeah, my day's also been good. Thanks for asking. Gonna just close Twitch chat on my phone for a moment because it's conked out a little and it's acting a bit funny, but that's okay. I can just check it on my computer while it loads back up again. There we go. Yep. These people might want a doctor. They deserve one, I suppose. They might want food. That's the here on this edge. They might want a temple. Nah, that's too unrealistic. Who could ever want a temple? These people I don't care about too much if they get access to things or not. Their sole job in life. Theirs is not to ask why, theirs is to do and die. Or more specifically, theirs is to quarry stone for the glory of the Pharaoh. Nihilometer predictions are fairly irrelevant. Okay, look. As much as I like speed 100%, it feels weird to me building when I'm that high speed. So I'm gonna just crank it down momentarily. Let's build your courthouse. Don't know if you'll even be able to appreciate it. Desirability of the dwelling area. Jesus Christ, you people. Those are big words for a bunch of peasants. You got everything you need? Probably not. We got a tax collector, that's what matters. I know you need the dentist and apothecary. I suppose you guys deserve that at least. Makes your lives slightly less terrible. Chop chop goes the wood. Chop chop watching his heathens drop. Ooh, right, I need to irrigate this flood. This thing. Don't think it'll do anything because apparently some of them are already irrigated. And the flood will likely fail, but hey. Such is life. Also, work camp can only barely supply enough people for 6 of you. That's good to know. I like having 1 for 4 so they've got some surplus labor in case things get necessary, but yeah. I'd love to have everyone at this level, but it would take up some serious supply lines setting up here. And this area is very cramped. 2 months! Jesus Christ, these people want things now. Exporting. No, we're not exporting it. Screw you, we're not exporting. You. Empty the grain. I need to send it in 2 months to the damn... to some damn Egyptians. Where exactly? To the festival of Osiris. Or to Osiris. Because Pharaoh seeks to honor the city. Pharaoh is planning a great festival to Osiris in Byblos. And needs goods from your city. You get 2 months to send 2,200 baskets of grain. We almost have enough. Let's give it a second. There we go. Have fun with your freaking grain, Pharaoh. So exporting went over 0. We can always dump the stuff out of our flooded clay pit. Ah, yes, there. Oh god, that was the hardest one to place out of all of them. We're never getting that clay pit back. Oh god, oh god, oh god, what? Yeah, okay, so little note for people who weren't here before. That clay pit was right under where my taskbar goes. Just currently under... Oh god, it's doing it again. Okay. How do I make my window smaller? Because full screen windows are great until... Okay, good. It'll look a little bit wonky for you guys for a moment or two. Don't worry. Oh god, I'm doing it again. Oh god. Oh god, this is terrible. Seldom have I ever seen streams so scuffed. But of course, around here we only have the most professional streams. The most professional streams. Okay, there we go. Managed to fix it up. And it should now look back in proportion. I think these people want a second type of food besides the desirability. You're getting gardens. Have fun. They'll tell me, oh, you need a second type of food. I'm not importing another type of food. You're just gonna have to suck it up. You're already a common resident. There are potentially 80 freaking people living in there. Like I mentioned last stream, who would want to live with 80 other people? In the same size house where apparently 20 people could live. Back when it was a shack. Honored Pharaoh for sending the damn bits of thingy. He's happy. We're happy. Because that means he'll be off our case for a while. Oh god, what have I done? To get back to what is urgent in our lives, or at least important. Let's keep up building our raw material stone extraction industry. You two will be essential. The firehouse and the architect's post. And of course, the storage yards. Can't survive without storage yards filled to the brink with plainstone, can we? Not that we technically need them, because we already have some, but I want them to be nice and close to where we'll be doing stuff. You know how it is. How's our employment situation going? We have 10% unemployment. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Loads of people complaining that they don't have a job. Well, good for you. We found a place for you to work. In the damn mines, admittedly. Not even mines, quarries. So, probably worse. But hey. Deal with it. Oh, I see the problem. This is the problem. I see our problem now. Herb a derb. Since I want these people to evolve slightly in their lives, let's have them get a little bit of clay over here, or pottery rather. Shrine to Ptah. Why? You're right next to the architect. How did you let that happen? How? How? Telling me the stuff that's risking going on fire? No. Of course not. Of course not. Yeah, I know your lot in life sucks, people, but at least you're not Libyans. Oh, but you've got a bunch of stone quarries. I think this should be enough. Which means I'm gonna build one more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 quarries. Exclamation mark, look. I don't really have any bot commands here, so I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to achieve there, Hero, but whatever it may be, I hope it gets achieved somehow, because, yeah. Don't really have bots, I disabled them, I don't care much for them. I know many people have very strong opinions about bots, generally speaking in the negative. Let's see, we're exporting everything we can export. Everything that's worth exporting. I suppose we could export some reeds, but no, it would slow down our entire MO, I suppose. Let's go to work camp here. I suppose if nothing else we can build beyond the obligatory firehouse and architect's post. We could build a construction guild here, so sorry. A couple stonemasons guilds. That's probably the most efficient place where we can place them. Compared to the small pyramid, that is. In terms of the larger pyramid, yeah, no, but We can build my favorite building, the Clown College. Actually, we made a plain stone quarry here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Employees needed, of course, but that's okay. Jesus Christ, why do you want my grain? Pharaoh, stop demanding the bread. Chillax, man. Lay off the bread for a while. Fuck the gluten. No. Let's see. Ooh, this roadblock didn't get registered. Come on, you can do it. There we go. No access to workers even. You should have poor access to workers at least. Come on. $5,000 people live in the city. Wow. I struggle to comprehend this as a city. I think my neighborhood might be more populated. No, my neighborhood's only got like 2,000 people in it. Never mind. Look at all this stuff streaming over to the pyramid. Also, let's try and make Bast happy. And most importantly, now that we've built up everything again, crank up that speed. Stretch back and relax. See if we can't get something. Can't we expand this? Oh god, the window, when it's not full screen window, is a pain to deal with. Come on. I want to fix this up at least. A pixel perfect placing on the very edge of the window to be able to make it bigger. Oh god. Well, never mind that. It'll be something I'll deal with eventually. Bast is happy, that's okay. Let's just throw another festival to her. Make sure the other god... Okay. So Ptah's annoyed because we have less shrines to him than to Osiris. Let's fix that up right now. In fact, build 4 to Ptah. And build another 2 to Osiris. Should be happy now, yep. In fact, let's just go overboard, screw it. You get a shrine, everybody gets a shrine. We're gonna build a couple to Osiris. There we go, here. Much better, we need hundreds of employees. Hundreds, I tell you. So let's step on it. In fact, I can probably get hundreds more employees by doing this. It's that easy. This entire block will start evolving. Construction blessing, thank you, Bast. Mostly complete. We still need over 2,000 blocks of plain stone. Well over. But a common festival now and again will keep the woman happy. Detecting a lovely little bit of inefficiency over here. So let's do that. all these people who carry the straw will just drown. And I'm okay with that. I'm truly a monster. Houses and bazaars for the bounty of goods. Which is great, because that means that, well, now they've got a crap ton of food. It's got a bunch of stuff. I love Bass, she's my favorite goddess. In terms of like all the stuff she gives you, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. 106 employees short. Current housing is space for 196, so we should be fine. The market will fix itself. Don't you worry, girlie. In the meantime, let's check out our ratings. Culture, we need more jugglers. Of course we do. Fairly prosperous, but we don't need to be. Like that, just that one specific bit of road just throws them off so much. It's incredible. I just freak out because there's one tiny bit of road. That's, well, to them out of place. Damn it, misclick. Osiris, start giving me pyramid blessings, please. There we go. Construction blessing from someone. Let's keep throwing festivals and fishing for those. Of course, you can obviously beat the game without them. It's something they added with Cleopatra, actually. So with the expansion. But I like having them. Damn, that was a good beer. Ptah. Lovely, thank you, Ptah. See? That was a blessing in action. It's amazing what it does. And yeah, I'm always very happy to know how good the beer from Lidl is. You'd be surprised. Okay, Pharaoh wants grain. He also wants pottery. Pharaonic request. We can comply to it immediately. I suppose these houses over here aren't too happy with a lot in life, so let's... the Libyans. The Libyans are coming. Much like the British, but... I can build a storage yard. Okay, why is that ordinary cottage on fire? And why is the fireman not putting it out? You just keep walking past this cottage that's on fire. Okay, just leave it there. It's okay, no one noticed it. Except for me. You've got one job. You're going to be getting some pottery. The Libyans are coming in 6 months. Okay, we've got time. Fill up to half the yard and then get a quarter yard of beer actually. I want to open some new trade routes just to make sure I have access to even more beer and more stuff to trade. So you, yes, you, let's open you up. Badat sells the beer. Nekhen sells the beer too, so we have enough beer flowing in, theoretically speaking. Why do you want my pottery? Musicians compose songs to you and your name is carved on every public space. Wow. Wow. We are the best that's ever lived. Too empty. Ptah's being awfully generous. Never trust Ptah. The Demiurge of Memphis, as they call him. The Libyans are coming next month, so in a couple months. So I'll just slow down the game until they do arrive. And then see how I can deal with it. Man, we've got a lot of wood. Libyans are coming in 1 month, they'll probably be coming from here. Your orders are to engage nearby enemies. Your orders will also be to engage nearby enemies. Take a guess what your orders will be. Protect the city with your lives. Soldiers, heroes. Soldiers, heroes. Fight for your land. Your lives are gone, a race for your command, until your last dying breath. Yay! Floodplain and the Libyans being slaughtered by our mighty soldiers. 2 companies of archers, 1 company of infantry. Start going home. It looks like the Libyans have been beaten off. They're even skilled. Yeah, I think I remember doing this last time as well. Because I built some forts over here, but they always invade from this bit because, you know, Libya. Meidum. Libya. Meidum. Which one makes more sense to you? Going for double river crossing. Potentially contested even. Okay, all the gods are happy finally. Due to the absolute spree I made, I went on building stuff. Common festival is good enough for our purposes. It's cheaper, it's prepared faster, and all it does is just let the gods start triggering the bonuses that they can trigger. Scribal school over here. Festivals don't to all the gods. That's very kind of you. Bast. Ptah's going for another whatchamacallit. Blessing. Please start emptying that. Another construction blessing. We need 150 loads. And we will be done with this. I'm surprised how little the mission took. And how we're still short by 33. Look. Just there we go. So all the houses will be nice and pretty. Probably now 182 employees short. Gotcha. Let's build even more houses. And I mean, we could shut down industries if we really wanted to. I mean, this only needs 600 blocks of stone, and we currently have how many in storage? Almost 400. So we could actually shut down these industries if we really wanted to. Just not quite yet, but soon. Yay, thank you, Bast. Still rather the construction blessing at this point. Let's make some gardens around our pyramid. Makes it look pretty, and I was I feel inspired by having watched The Sims today. Feels good. Let's add a random statue. Technical term, big ass statue. Dead off center. Felt like it was off center. There we go. Employees still needed. A mere 53 employees though. Can just build another house. Like, I mean, we've got enough room for how many people in our city? Yeah, 300 people. We'll be fine. The market will sort it out. The market, people. The economy fools. Got stupid amounts of money. A large city. Pharaoh wants our grain. Again. We are 132 blocks, so it loads away from completing our lovely pyramid. I do like how most of our agriculture is focused here. We don't need to expand much beyond providing for the citizens that are on the other side of the river. Paved roads must have been a novelty back then. Why is this shrine to Ptah always collapsing? Pharaoh wants my grain. Again. Look, there you go. Let's start accumulating some supplies to make the next missions easier. Doesn't really matter, but it's something to do in the meantime, besides watching the incredible flow of goods around. Why? Why are you taking straw? Oh god. Look. You're cursed. You're getting burnt to the ground. That's all right. Get. 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 Where are you? There you go. The price of stone has gone down. That's okay. We don't really care about that. The thing about Bass is that since she reduces the amount of food with a temple complex, and still with the temple complex, of pottery that houses consume per month, per tick rather, you can get by with having less of it, and you're more efficient. And she also supplies with more of it, so theoretically, if you get enough blessings and the right ones at the right point in time, you won't ever need to supply your houses again once they have at least one unit of, well, pottery, beer, food, linen, luxury goods, because she'll just keep multiplying whatever you have. It's incredible. Another small blessing from Bast. And let's save the game and call this Meidum, because I want to return to this. Not really to fix it up, but just to admire my handiwork at how much we've improved since Sakara. Because we were good in Sakara, don't get me wrong. Right now, the city is functioning wouldn't say optimally, but pretty damn well. I love this higgledy-piggledy bit here. And the trees in the middle of our industrial area. Employees are still needed, but by that count, we... For one thing, it's industry and commerce. And for another thing, our houses still have room for 56 people. Like, that doesn't quite add up. More houses. How do we need more employees than we needed before? We didn't build anything new. Maybe it's all these things with poor access to workers that are coming back with a vengeance to haunt me. Large statues. Yes. Oh god. I want that one. I want the ram. 29 blocks of plain stone. Yes, man. Thank you, Bast. Very kind of you. Employees needed. Cyrus reward is faithful. Nilometer predictions are pretty relevant. Yeah, it's a fairly small and meaningless part of our economy after all. Bass is pleased she's throwing a festival. Just what I'd like to hear. Let's pretty this place up. Satisfied his requests. We're accumulating stupid amounts of money, which will be useful eventually. I'm paying myself more than I should be allowed to, but that's not a problem. There is, to some degree, transferring funds over, just like in Caesar, for those of you who are well versed in that. What a nice big statue looking over the Nile here. And of course, the Libyans cannot leave us in peace. Ah, the Libyans. Wait, that was... Oh, those Libyans. How many employees do we... Jesus Christ. We want more juggler stages, because we've got, well, more stages in general, but I suppose we could deal with that. It's not a huge issue to deal with. Let's boost up our culture in the only way I feel like doing. Six months for the Libyans to show up. Because you see, kids, it doesn't matter if the thing is connected to your city or not. What matters is that it exists. Please get off. Get off. Let's cut back on you. Do something pretty clever. Since the Libyans will be arriving in 1 month, let's crank down that speed. Build another pavilion. So our culture will go up. Build a dance school next to this fort. Ah, great. They blew up my pavilion again. My HP pavilion. Thankfully, our infantry is on the case. Once more. On the breach, my friends. Once more. Speaking of, Into the Breach is a game. It's a game I played little of, actually. Too close to... The enemy troops are dead. Got veteran soldiers here.
This is cool.
It's cool, yeah. Damn cool. What do people have to say about our city, in fact? Let's go to a random selected sample of people and ask them. We don't have the voice packs that some people might have voiced elsewhere, sure, but... Jesus Christ, what's going on again? Okay.
No one can accept these goods. That's okay. I can use the
This
rest.
freaking guy.
There are so many places in poor condition.
I can barely keep up. He never says anything good.
There's no place I'd rather juggle.
No place you'd rather juggle, but we are missing 94 employees, so... Still not sure why it keeps going up. If I really wanted to, I could easily stabilize the employment situation. I suppose maybe we're hitting the demographic cap thing. Society either lives really well, pretty decently, or just not quite as decently. No, population thing looks pretty stable. We haven't hidden the demographic dead end, that is. Let's see what else people have to say. Yeah.
This city isn't a bad place to live. Our city cannot possibly run well with so many job openings.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. TM. Since living next to a bazaar is apparently the worst thing that could possibly ever happen to you, have a statue of me watching over you. I'm sure that'll make you feel better.
I am off for a hard day's
He's logging.
I am off for a hard day's logging.
I love the voice lines in this game.
I am off for a hard day's logging. I am off for a hard day's logging.
I think when he comes back, he's got a different line.
This timber will be put to good use, I am sure.
I am sure. This timber will be put to good use. I am sure. I'm glad you guys are sure. Well, sure. People are pleased with me. Ho ho. They're chuffed. Just, oh god, did it again. There we go. That's what I want to do. Fill this place with gardens. With shiny, happy people. Pharaoh was starting to get a little bit cheesed off at me. Jeez. Couldn't have evolved in a slightly more sensible way, no way. Just... There you go, champ. There's a common residence just hanging on there in the corner. I love that. Like, you can just barely see it. That's how it evolved. There's one, like, in the middle and one over there. Okay, there we go. It hadn't been visited by a water carrier. Right next to the damn water carrier. Or are you talking about that spacious homestead there in the corner, which is more than 3 plots far away from the road? More than 3 plots away from... Okay, Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on here? This is utter chaos. So damn cursed. So damn cursed. Anyway, let's save the game as Meidum, because we are slightly further along. The city's looking marginally better. We're 115 employees short, we don't really mind, we can fix that up very easily. We're doing stuff like this. And stuff like this. How many more people can we hold in our houses? 500 people. Come on, hurry up and get here. 1/4 of you at least will be workers. So it should be game, set, and match. If necessary, I'll start deleting you guys though. My opinion on, let's say, work camps and the like is just like useful, sure. Just not all that useful. Uh, 1400 wood. Let's give the Pharaoh all our wood. Thrust all our wood into the Pharaoh. Give the people a festival so they'll finally be happy. A common festival. Just like that common bitch. None of houses have access to a mortuary. Well, I don't care about mortuaries. I genuinely don't, or I would have to start producing and or importing linen. Low wages deter immigrants. Ah, yes. No wonder no one's coming. We are not paying as much as the rest of the city. There we go. Our wages are finally better. They're exactly as good as the rest of the cities. As every other cities, rather. Oh god, it's this again. Brace yourselves, chat. We're going for tactical clay pit operation. Jesus Christ. I really want that clay pit, okay? It's got sentiment. Okay, that's bad. That is very bad. Pharaoh, why do you have to be so damn scuffed as far as games go? Come on, delete that little corner there. Okay, look. I give up. I'm gonna have to live the rest of my life without these scuffed clay pits. Unless nothing. They're... Jesus Christ. Looks like they're gone for good. No, you please, taskbar, please go away. There we go. What is it with fires on this little corner of the city? Flood likely to fail, we'll take it. Hey Alpha. Yeah, you might have done the warlike mission instead. Because this is the peaceful mission. The allegedly peaceful mission. This is whatchamacallit. Well, I'm going for the beauty first. Don't have quite the industry to support you anymore. I suppose you can get. Oh god. Yeah, this is Meidum. Build a large step pyramid complex. Oh god. Excuse me for going into scuff stream mode, but it is that one roadblock I wanted gone. Apparently you can build clay pits at the edges of the map. Okay, it's only right at the edge, like there. No, not bent pyramid. You'd think that would be, I think that would be quite historically accurate. The bent pyramid of Meidum. And the red pyramid of Dashur, I believe it was. But no. Step pyramid complex. And small step pyramid, which I think is for us. Yep. It's a lot of pop, and it's more than we can feed. Theoretically speaking. But let's try and fix that somewhat. And add some more farms at least. And increase the theoretical amount of people being fed. Yeah, it sort of got out of hand because I was like, yeah, let's build more stuff here. Because we gotta get the reeds and for the papyrus to sell. And I think we managed to... yeah, they're the best kind of theoretical people, but... ideally, they'd be actually fed, so they won't moan at me. $600 grain to Pharaoh, there you go. Pharaoh's not very happy because I keep paying myself way more than I should, so let's just go back to my royal judge's salary of 12 demands. What's a theoretical capacity for people? More than we have people, so... Also we managed to gain like... oh yeah. We're making very good money. Like in terms of... well, taxes make us 11k a year, which is nothing to sniff at. But compared to the 11k a year, it looks bigger actually. Now we get about as much from taxes as we do from exports. Most of the biggest pit was having to build all these quarries. It's just a massive labor pit. How many quarries do we actually have actually? 23 quarries. Yeah, that's 230 plus... like 300 people working in our quarries, roughly. No, less. Yeah, but a bit fewer than 300 people. One of the big problems is our relative lack of... hey. Oh, I see the problem here. Not to worry. More roadblocks. So you stop complaining about your life. And I can build even more potters. Well, specifically 2 more potters. And since clay could be an issue, let's drop a brickworks. City needs more workers, 71 employees needed. We can drop a weaponsmith as well. It's interesting how you can build this stuff at the edge of the map. Not sure... I could build another one here actually. Yeah, you don't need to be here, yo. I'll make sure you can't spawn in there by doing that. I like that 4x4 there, it's extra population for very little. Yeah, I'm only putting it there because I might as well put something there, but It's because it amuses me that the edges of the city count as river. Yeah, I expected as much, because that stuff was fairly far away from the road, so no freaking wonder it all went kablooey. I'm really only placing them because I know we need more clay. And they'll be incredibly limited. Yeah. I mean, people are happy, which is a good thing. I was producing more food than ever. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff devolved because of lack of clay. City history. Yeah, a little bump there. Yeah, I think it's people devolving, because we used to have a lot more people at this end of the economy, of the society, and now we drop down here. Let's build a clay pit over here. Let's build a potter over here. And you're set to accept some of the clay. I think what's happening is that a lot of the clay that's meant for this part of the city is being dragged off over here. So I'll only have you, instead of getting clay, I'll have you accepting clay. And the other half for wood. That should work better. We should stop siphoning off all our clay over to this end of the city. The getting warehouses, which were you and what's my other getting warehouse? Somehow these guys had clay. They don't anymore, but they used to. Let's see if we get permanent speed-ups and the like. So perhaps those clay pits I built weren't such a terrible idea. Common festival. Let's move the architect's post somewhere a bit more sensible, like here. Yeah. I think it should be abundantly clear how much I'm still learning the game. You should be able to supply these two. Hey, Voma. Nice to see you. Ciao to you too. Or as we say here, ciao. The accent is slightly different. The bazaar could be doing a better job acquiring food. In fact, I might build a second bazaar just to get even more food. Stomp you down here. And you don't deal with the beer, you don't deal with the... Just as you won't be dealing with the pottery. You won't be dealing with the beer. Yeah. City is donezo, but we still need this thing to be built. Main problem is clay. I had a very makeshift thing here for clay. But thankfully I saved the game before a while back, and I could go back and fix everything and make my clay supplies somewhat better. I suppose that's what I would do if I were doing it again, because you can tell how makeshift it is just down here. Clay pits at the edge of the map, 2 collapsed, and then the city went Pete Tong. These guys are still producing stuff, but the amount of clay is being devoured by the brickworks I had back here, but it doesn't matter. We won.
Excellent. The royal necropolis you have endeavored to build is truly
I hope so.
splendid. You and your family
I'd like to do the event permit.
dedicated service have been richly rewarded with a
Richly.
sacred tomb of your own.
We have either the taming of the Nubians, no thanks, or a new kind of pyramid? I think I'll go for the South Ashur, the new kind of pyramid. First acquiring the stone. Let's see what the mission briefing tells us.
Our new Pharaoh, Snorful,
Snorful.
is determined that
Yeah,
this, the
Ben
fourth
Pyramid.
dynasty, be remembered as the greatest ever to rule Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
His architects have contrived a tomb even more spectacular than the stepped pyramid of Huni, and Pharaoh wishes you to oversee its construction. You will need to establish a fair-sized settlement south of Dashur, the site for Pharaoh's eighth pyramid. Once in place,
Oh, it came out
this
planned
city will
bent
provide
apparent,
the
according to
workforce
this.
necessary to complete this ambitious project.
Yeah, it wasn't
The
an
bent
accident.
pyramid is to be
No, no.
constructed of a plain stone core and faced with fine white limestone, that it may forever shine under the desert sun. You will find sufficient quantities of limestone at Dashur, but you'll need to import the necessary amount of plain stone. Pharaoh wishes that our borders be pushed even further south, and to this end he has dispatched military forces to invade Nubia and to establish a fortified city at Buhen, beside the second cataract of the Nile. To the north, Egypt has opened relations with Enkomi on the island of Cyprus. This land is named for its
Cyprus.
abundant reserves of copper ore, which are now a major import. Precious gemstones may be obtained from a recently established Egyptian outpost at Serabit Kadim,
Which was the
in
military
land of
mission
Sinai.
for the last one.
Lately, the supply has become erratic, however, due to unrelenting Bedouin and Canaanite attacks against the settlement, and we are uncertain how much longer the Egyptian forces stationed there can withstand them.
From what I remember, what happens here is that at a certain point it either decreases or just ends the trade from Serabit Kadim. And Komi's trade route hasn't been opened, they'll probably open it later. But interestingly enough, yes, we will be having the bent pyramid, a medium bent pyramid, the only kind of bent pyramid this game provides, in fact. Thankfully, no military. I abhor having to deal with military in this game. But then again, what Impressions games got good military? None, not at all. Next time we'll be dealing with grain and barley. Limestone only, annoyingly enough, because I wanted to get some clay, but apparently don't have it. Can make grain over here. Oh, and we can't make bricks to... Well, we can. We have to import the clay for bricks as well. How efficient will that be? Probably not very much. What else do we know? We know that our patron god is Ptah, but we also got to deal with Osiris and Ra. Not much else. It's fairly standard mission, I suppose. And to quote Jake, as he split Ra, of course. As he said in, I think it was one of his streams. We don't have politics here, but if we did, splitting Cyprus in half, we'd have the best politics. Regardless, it's quite late. Not quite late enough for me to start despairing over my lack of sleep, but late enough for me to say, yeah, I'll be a responsible boy and go to bed. Thank you all for watching. I've enjoyed myself greatly with Pharaoh recently, and my next stream might be on Friday or Saturday. Probably won't be Pharaoh. I want to finish up Trine. I've been playing that for a while, and I want to get that done, and so I can say, right, get back to Pharaoh. In any case, thank you all for watching. If you like what you saw and you haven't followed, why don't you do it now? It's free. If you don't, doesn't matter, it's okay. Good night, Alpha. Good night, all. Have a nice day, have a nice night, have a nice evening, have a nice morning. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.